We can't control what happens to us, but what we can control is the meaning of it and how we use it. So that is what I'm here to show you. You are always attracting energy into your life. The question is, what can you be mindful about attracting? I'm Shannon Bills, mindset mentor, energy healer, and intuitive reader. And today, we're having mindfulness for breakfast. Good morning. So I was actually not planning to make this topic a podcast, but I was in a session not even 30 minutes ago, and she has turned into a close friend of mine. I tend to have that vibe with my clients. Like, this girl has become a little sister to me, and I just adore her. And she just asked how I was doing, and I was sharing something that I was actively healing and moving through. And I felt so inspired after. I said, you know what? I should make this a podcast episode. And it's funny how I almost didn't bring this up to you guys, because it is something big that I am moving through right now. And my entire purpose of this podcast is me actively healing and moving through the ebbs and flows of life and sharing what tools I'm using to move me through that, in hopes that it will inspire you and it will lead you to more expansive thinking and to getting out of victim mode. Because I don't want to be a victim of my own life. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound fun to me. And I had an opportunity to be a victim the last couple of days. I noticed a reflection popping up in my life where some of my closest friends, without them even knowing, are poking fun at who I am and the work that I do. Now, if I were to even bring up specific scenarios, they would be like, wait, what? No, we love you. We're saying that out of love. Totally. But my ego is taking on some of these things, and it's not sitting right with me. Like, one of my friend casually was like, oh, the witchy work that she does. Is she doing the witch work again on you? She said that to another friend of ours. And someone in our group chat recently sent a TikTok being like, oh, that one spiritual friend. And they're like, Shannon, this is you. This is you. And I know it's pure fun. I know it, guys. But I'm here to unravel all of the thoughts, good and bad, in my head, share them with you. And it just started to pop up with a lot of close friends of mine where I'm like, oh my gosh, can I not be myself around people without someone laughing at what I do? And I've noticed this pattern that is coming up. The thing that happens with inner work when you are healing reflections and wounds and wanting to think bigger and more expansively, you are shifting your energetic frequency. We all hold a specific vibration in our body, and that holds a specific frequency that it vibrates at. And I explain a lot of up-leveling work as a lot of grieving, because when you are vibrating at the same frequency as somebody, you're not really seeing things that are good or bad because you are operating at the same level as those friends or as that family member or whoever. But the more work that you do to get out of victim mode and to really live from an empowered place, you are raising your frequency. You are shedding off that lower vibration and stepping into a whole new playing field. Well, now that you're in a whole new playing field, you're now looking down and seeing a drastic difference in how you speak, how you think, how your friends think, how they speak. And that can start to feel a little lonely and isolating, going, whoa, they always joke about this stuff all the time. So why is it affecting me now? Well, this new frequency that I'm at isn't available to be making fun of things like that. And it is hard to sit in because you're like, wait, old me was never affected by this. Can't I just play it cool and take a chill pill and be old me? New me isn't available for it. And new me is showing me that anytime it's popping up, it's a reflection of something that I need to heal even deeper. And the last couple of days, I've been noticing, again, love my friends, and I have a lot of different groups of friends, and these are the people that I tend to hang out with the most, I'm getting reflections left and right of them just saying little one-off comments that are making me feel not rooted to who I am. And that's the exact thing that I need to heal. So I'm actually going to share with you, I have my journal with me, and I'm going to share with you how I healed this icky feeling, this feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm no longer this. Does that mean I need to not be friends with my friends anymore? I love my friends. That's silly. That's crazy, Shannon. I'm going to take you through my whole journey, the last 48 hours of healing this block and making it not feel so big and drastic in my body, and allowing me to not feel like a victim, but to come away from feeling like a victor. That is what my work is here to do, to help people not be stuck in what is, right? There are so many things in our life that we can't control what happens to us, but what we can control is the meaning of it and how we use it. So that is what I'm here to show you. So the first thing I thought about was, what is this reflection? Clearly, I am seeing this from a couple of different friends of mine, and they are just casually saying these jokes back that are making me question who I am and making me question the work that I do. That doesn't feel good. That feels like a victim. I'm not a victim. So what do we do about it? The thing that I first heard, because I channel my higher self, and higher self is, I mentioned to you guys before, it is like the spiritual and energetic version of us that is giving us guidance, that is giving us little gut feelings, little thoughts to think about. She is our internal guidance system. And when you are really tapped into intuition, or you are somebody that channels or is an intuitive reader or an intuitive healer, you are talking with your higher self. And when I am intuitive reading for somebody else, I am talking to their higher self. It is the version of us that has no ego. It's the version of us that is the purest form of light and love. And when I was channeling yesterday, asking my higher self, so why is this a reflection? Why is this popping up? And she said, well, how is it making you feel? And I said, hearing this back, just the little things that really are lighthearted, fun, feel like they are poking fun at my identity and making me feel like I need to shrink who I am. So she says to me, well, actually, it's the opposite. You need to root even deeper to who you are. You need to stand true in your beliefs. You need to stand true in your tools. And so that's what got me writing. And I'm going to read you my full-on journal dump yesterday. And I said, what is my truth? I am here to help millions of people step into their power. I wholeheartedly know my truth, which is the purest form of light and love, and from source. And source to me is like universe. It's not my job to push people into the work that I do. It is not my job for everyone to like me. I know that what I am doing is right and true for me. Who I am and what I do is a massive gift to this world. I am in my purpose. Stop forcing people to understand work because it may not be their work to understand. I'll get back to that point in a second. What I say and what I believe is met with true conviction, power, and love. It is so freeing and powerful to see my whole picture. I choose to let out any doubt, any disappointment, any ego, any fear that's in my body, especially around who I am and what I believe. I recognize the patterns recently regarding close friends and loved ones making fun or lightly poking and questioning my beliefs. And here's the next tool that I did. I wanted to get neutral about this. And when we get neutral about something, we talk about why it's good, why it's bad. Let's just level out the playing field. So then I said, why is it a bad thing? It really hurt my feelings not having them see me for me. But why is it a good thing? It's showing me the holes in my convictions that I need to strengthen by trusting what I know is true. I never want to shut down or be a victim to those experiences because that is what is mirroring what I am needing to heal or strengthen. I am choosing to be grateful for this experience. Now that, my friends, is how you get out of a situation feeling like a victim and end up a victor. I neutralized the situation. I saw the good and bad in it, seeing it for just what it is. I recognized why it was a reflection, why the universe was having these things pop up in my energy. And this is what I said to my client. I read this whole thing to her and she said, I have a question. And she's like, I don't want to put negative because you just were really empowering, but she's, what if it's popping up and showing you that maybe you're not meant to be friends with them anymore? And I laughed because that was an initial thought of mine when it was popping up at first. I said, higher self, these are my best friends. I love them. I adore them. I have so much fun with them. Am I not meant to be friends with them? Am I only meant to be friends with people that talk the talk about mindfulness and spirituality? I'm a human. And there's many versions of me that exist. There's many versions of you that exist. How you are with your family is probably different than how you are with your best friends, different than how you are with your coworkers. And I love that I can look at my different friend groups and see that I can talk different talks with them. I was getting dinner with my friend the other day, who is a dear childhood friend of mine and a really big mentor for me in my life. We intuitively read each other and help each other move through blocks. And I actually was explaining to her all of this, everything I'm telling you guys, like how I'm healing it, why the reflection was coming up. And I said to her, my first initial concern, which stemmed from my ego, the place of fear, was, can I be friends with these people anymore if they don't see that side of me, this spiritual side of me, this empowering side of me, this version of me that loves to talk about energy and bigger pictures and bigger meanings and finding the empowerment in everything? Do I have to just drop all of that? Can I not be friends with them anymore? And what she said to me was so good. So good. I hope that you're going to be like, oh my God, yes, this is a genius way to describe this. She said, Shannon, you are bilingual. This is metaphorically. You are now bilingual. You speak English with all of your friends and loved ones. You can talk the talk, right? But what if spirituality and talking about healing and growth and intuitive guidance, what if that is, let's call it Portuguese, and you speak Portuguese with those people? Does that mean English is bad and Portuguese is good? Or does that mean you get to use that language around people that speak Portuguese, and you get to use English around people that speak English? It doesn't have to be this big, massive thing. You can't just only speak one language. You can speak many. And hearing that just freed up any doubts that was going on in my mind, because I want to speak many languages with many different types of people. And if you're listening to this right now, I guarantee you are a creative of some sort. And you find that there are people in your life that you can't speak specific languages to. But yet maybe you've been forcing Portuguese on the English-speaking friends. Again, this is all a metaphor. I don't know Portuguese. But metaphorically, maybe you do speak Portuguese and English, and you've been forcing Portuguese on your English-speaking friends when maybe they don't want to learn Portuguese, or maybe they're not ready to learn Portuguese. And that's not a bad thing. Let's stop seeing it as a good or bad thing and just as something that is. I think just that thought alone, which is the breakfast item today, the takeaway, just thinking that we can give ourselves permission to speak many different languages among many different friends that we have in our life. That was the permission that I needed, and I hope that resonates with you today. Thanks for listening to what I'm healing, and hopefully this is healing you too.